Hey guys, so today is day 3 in Klamath, and basically we've just been exploring the area and our campground. This campground is unlike any campground that we've been to before because it's like an actual camp. Well, it reminds me of an actual camp, and in the sense that it's like in the middle of the forest and there's trees everywhere. I mean, there's no paved lots or anything like that. You have activities going on, and you have like the river right there and the ocean a mile away, and there's a campground actually a mile in the opposite direction, and it is like the other campgrounds that we've been at, and then it's basically just a paved lot, and you have a really beautiful backdrop, but it doesn't feel campish. It's more like just camping in a parking lot kind of thing. So anyways, I'll have to give you guys a tour of this place later. It's pretty awesome, and there's actually a lot of things to see even here at the campground and even participate in. Me and Derek and I and the boys went down to the river yesterday because the river is like basically right next to our campground. You just have to take a short trail through the woods, and it's a very beautiful trail. The river is about knee deep in the middle part, so it's not very deep at this part of the river, but further down it's pretty deep. I let Zach get in it because I was in it, and it was surprisingly like lukewarm water, which I was really surprised at because the weather here is basically in the high 60s, low 70s. It is supposed to get up to the 80s today. Last time I checked, it was 68 degrees, so I don't know if the 80s is gonna happen because I think it's like high noon right now, so, or I don't even know what time it is. It's like late afternoon, so if it was gonna get hot, it would already be hot, well, in the 80s at least. So, and it hasn't, but anyways, that river, I guess, stays at that temperature a majority of the time. I guess that makes sense since it's shallow, and it could heat up a lot faster with the sun. But I wanted to stay down there longer and like explore the river because it is beautiful. I mean, just this whole place here in the Pacific Northwest is just absolutely breathtaking. I haven't seen anything here that has been like unpleasing to the eyes. It is all just absolutely stunning. And if you're like me and you're a Midwestern person, then all of this is just, I mean, very new and exciting. So when we were down at the river, we were casually dipping our toes in the water, and my husband was telling me about his day, and he was like, oh hey, I forgot to tell you that when I was at work today they said that bears come around here. And I was like, okay. And then he goes, oh look, there's a bear now. Casually, he seriously was like, oh hey, there's a bear right now right over there. So I mean, I don't even know, like, I could never say something like that so casually. But lo and behold, we look across the river and there's a bear. I was taken back at first and speechless, like, that's really a bear across the river. So basically I tried not to have a panic attack and I swooped up Zach and very swiftly walked back to the trail and told Derek to grab courage. And I didn't run or anything, but we very swiftly walked back towards the path, and my heart was pounding so fast because I've never ever seen a bear that up close, and not in a zoo. It was a very surreal experience slash horrifying. Anyways, we get back up here and we roam around the campground for a bit, and we head into the office and just trying to get to know the area a little bit more. But there's this whole list sitting on the counter up front where you can write down your animal sightings, and basically every other one that was written was a bear. So there are bears very common around here. So I've been like slightly paranoid since yesterday, but trying to get over that fear. I did a little bit of research to calm my nerves to see how I should react in case I run into a bear that's up close. So we were told that the bears around here were non-aggressive. Like that makes me feel any better, but there have been bears in this campground that have been like roaming around and have like left their marks and stuff around here. So it's definitely more of a campground instead of a parking lot campground. But the boys got to see their first bear. So, and so did we, because we have never seen one in the wild like that before. It was an experience that I will definitely never forget. Especially, I don't know, just like if the bear would have really paid attention to us and saw us walking across knee-deep water, wouldn't have been nothing for the bear. So anyways, I'm very thankful that we kept our distance. And see, even that leaf like going against the concrete or the ground like freaked me out. Talking about the bear. Yeah, I'm just very thankful that we kept our distance and we walked away. But my husband was all chill and calm about the situation. He's like, what? It's just a bear. Like, how do you say like what? It's just a bear. A bear can like easily overcome our whole family and like maul us. So anyways, I was the only one apparently who was panicked about the situation. So if we're ever in that situation again and the bears are closer to us or anything like that, I know that my husband will probably just be like, it's just a bear. Anyways, so that whole thing happened yesterday, and we found out that bears do come up in this campground, which is why they have bear-proof trash cans, which I'll show you in a minute. My husband had to empty some of them the other day and said that they were very difficult to get off and very heavy. And I tried to lift one yesterday, and they are very heavy and very sturdy. So every single trash can in this campground has a bear-proof lid. So that's cool, and we know not to like leave anything out to attract the bears, like fish and stuff like that. But speaking of fish, the campground owner, who seems really nice, he got some fish yesterday and is going to be teaching Derek how to fillet them, like, and cook them. So that's really cool. He's never filleted a fish before and never had to like chop off its head and skin it. I don't know the proper terminology, I'm sorry. But all that, but there's a whole area here in the campground, a whole stainless steel sink that's outside where you can cut up your fish and fillet them and do all that good stuff. So that's really cool because we've seen tons and tons of people fish here. We personally don't fish, and specific to this area, you do have to have a fishing license, and I don't think that we're gonna go that route and get fishing poles and go fishing. If like my husband's invited to go fishing or something like that, then he'll probably just borrow a fishing pole or something. Anyways, that sounded really cool and exciting and educational, because if we are ever in a Bear Grylls situation, my husband will know how to cut a fish after we learn how to catch it. So that's been happening. It's really cool here. It is like really cool here. I wish that the video camera could really capture the beauty in this part of the country, but unfortunately every picture I take and every video that I take of this area just doesn't do it justice. I think it's just one of those things where you really have to be here. So if any of you guys are heading up to the Pacific Northwest, I mean, stop and smell the roses and really just take in the scenery. It is breathtaking. I took the boys on, well, I was trying to find a river entrance close to the campground, but not directly over here. Since I've seen a bear, I'm a little bit nervous about taking them back over there, especially by myself. So I was trying to find an entrance earlier where it was more populated and there were more people, but I couldn't without going too far out of the way. So we ended up taking a drive around, and we took a small coastal drive, and we ended up on this massive cliff, and I mean, it was breathtaking. I wanted to stop, but there was a car behind me, and I wanted to get some footage, which I will get some footage, but there was a car behind me, so I couldn't stop. So the lane was a one-way driving, and the lane was so small I was already really nervous that the whole truck was gonna fall off the cliff. But it's basically, if you swerve at all off the road, you're basically tumbling off the cliff into the ocean kind of thing. But just absolutely breathtaking. I mean, I had to stop a few times, and the car behind me thankfully didn't mind, because they were doing the same thing, and just stare at where I was, because it is not one of those things where you can just drive by and be like, oh hey, there's the ocean, that's cool. This is like just breathtaking view. I mean, you can't just not stop and take it in and marvel at the beauty of the whole scenery and just majesticness of it. So we did stop, and Zach fell asleep on the ride, but Courage was up, and I let him get out of his car seat and just come and look with me out my door. We didn't get out of the truck because, like I said, I mean, the roads were very narrow and it was off a cliff and there was no guardrail. So we stayed in the truck. I just let him come up and sit on my lap so he could see a little bit higher over the cliff and the window and stuff. So it was really nice. It was really nice. And just gorgeous. Like, seriously, I've never been somewhere so beautiful in my entire life. So this is definitely number one on my list for campgrounds and location. The campground here is just amazing, and the location of the campground in Klamath is amazing. The weather here is basically perfect, and the scenery is stunning, just absolutely stunning. So like I said, if you guys are anywhere near the Pacific Northwest, going to the coast and just checking out stuff and the redwoods and everything is what I would highly recommend. So these are the bear-proof trash cans, and they may not look like much, but that whole top part is extremely heavy, very heavy, and it's like a mailbox kind of thing, just goes down like that. But I mean, this is very sturdy, extremely heavy, and very difficult to get off. So every single trash can in the park looks like that and is bear proof. So there's our lovely fifth wheel. The trail is right through there. It is really not that far, like I don't know, I can't even, like probably 50 feet if you could just go straight across is the river. So not very far at all. Definitely walking distance. So these guys have flowers everywhere. It is just so beautiful. I'll do a video showing you guys the campground. There's basically nothing back there, but we're at the very end of the campground, which is cool. So, because we have loud kids, and so we're only one of 2 people here that have children, so no one seems to mind. Everyone seems to enjoy kids in general. So, and the owner is really nice. The owner lives in a house down there. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go, and I will talk to you guys later.